In this video, I attempt to make a Flappy Bird style game from the ground up. If you don't remember this mobile game, then I will forgive you, as it has been a whole decade since it came out. Anyway, here's a compilation to jog your memory.
The game looks
Now,
dark.
you may have just heard about the latest gaming sensation, Flappy Bird.
He has taken the world by storm.
In this game, I now understand why.
So how did this simple yet apparently very difficult game become so popular? And can anyone with a bit of coding experience create something similar?
I decided a good starting point would be to make the player character. Artwork has never been my strong suit, so I did decide to go with pixel art as I thought it would be slightly easier. Initially, I did like the idea of using AI generated art, although this did feel like a bit of a cop-out to me because I wanted to make the whole game myself. So in the end, I decided to bite the bullet and try making all the pixel art by myself. So after watching a couple YouTube tutorials on pixel art, I came up with this character, and honestly, I was pretty happy with him. So I made two versions of the sprite, one with wings up and one with wings down. I then brought this sprite sheet into Unity and made a basic flying animation. For those who are not familiar with this interface, this is Unity and it's a game engine. So with my very limited pixel art skills, I then started on the background and the obstacles. I then put all of the assets together and we had a pretty convincing looking screen. Then I created a separate ground sprite. I added a script to make it scroll, giving the effect of forward motion. So the player doesn't actually move forward, the obstacles move towards the player. Next, I started on vertical movement for the character. In order to make the character fall down, I used Unity's physics engine and applied some gravity. Shortly after this, I worked on spawning the obstacles and some basic collisions. Now, as you can see, we have a very basic, janky version of Flappy Bird, but the project still had a very long way to go. I created a game over screen and a white flash that would play whenever the player died. I also made sure the bird would fly into the floor after you hit an obstacle. After getting the base functionality working and doing some more polishing, it was time to start work on a leaderboard. For this, I used a combination of local storage and Firebase. At the moment, usernames are generated randomly, but in the future I will add custom usernames. At this point, I had created a game which was very similar to the original Flappy Bird, but I had some ideas to improve the game even further. I created randomly spawning mystery potions which would give you power-ups. I made a speed boost, invisibility which would ignore pipes, then double points, triple points, and a potion which would temporarily make the game easier. Each potion had a different duration and spawn chance. For example, something like triple points was really rare. Then, at the end of the day, I did this absolutely horrific drawing inside of Paint trying to explain to the future version of myself that I want to add this to the game, whatever this is. So the next day, I added exactly that to the game. So this section is inspired by Jetpack Joyride and it sees the player dodge different projectiles. So during this day I made the fireballs, chains, cannon pipes and also a customization icon. That pretty much brings us up to present day, the 3rd of July. I've added a coin system and I've started to work on a basic customization system. So in the next video you might get to see some of the unique characters and their abilities. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching my first video and goodbye.